Senator Lynn Ruane, 4 minutes.
Thank you, Taoiseach, for your time here today, and you're very welcome to the Chamber. I will be sticking to the theme that has come up before in relation to the Republic of Opportunity. The privileges and oppressions that we are born into are mostly out of our control. They are a fate of birth. However, the reinforcing of them by society is somewhat in our control, and they must be challenged by us all and by you, the head of our government. You talk a lot about a Republic of Opportunity, but what does that really mean? What does equality really mean? It is time that as a society and as a government that we look beyond the slogans and get right to the core of what true equality means. Instead of striving for equality of opportunity, let's aim for equality of outcome. Equality of opportunity is only accessible by all if we are all starting from the same starting point. If we create a republic of equal outcome, we must have a far greater equality of wealth and income, and the environments in which we live must resemble each other's, and we must have equal power to shape those environments. We can only achieve true equality if we reduce the material, social and cultural inequalities that exist between us in society. In university, I explored the dimensions of social class in a bid to understand not only the morality of class, but whom or what is to blame. As a philosophy student, I spent most of my time looking at it under the heading of moral philosophy. The result of that for me is that poverty, inequality and the systems that reinforce them are immoral. During a debate on the Social Welfare Bill 2 years ago, Taoiseach, I told a story in this chamber that I'm going to tell again, because it illustrates the contrast of people's lives and experiences of class in Ireland. I was invited to speak at Alexandra College in Dublin 6. It was a lovely evening and all the speakers were inspiring and entertaining. However, one woman who was a past pupil of the school spoke about her successful career and how she maintained the friendships with her 10 best friends that she made while at school. They were all so successful and they were scattered around the world. I began to think about my 10 best friends that I grew up with, and the majority had died. Some experienced addiction, some were murdered, some committed suicide, some have become institutionalised in a prison system, and many have had to fight harder than most for everything that they have achieved. It upset and shocked me to realise that I was only living 20 minutes, a 20-minute drive from Dublin 6, yet that meant that we are not reaching our full potential, yet we are just a short distance away. It is important to examine how class is produced if we are to attempt to address it. I recently read a book by Andrew Sayer called The Moral Significance of Class, and I would recommend it to anyone who cares about addressing inequality. The problem for me is that we tend to blame the individual for their own circumstances. Maybe they didn't work hard enough, get up early enough or try hard enough. Blaming the individual completely ignores the impact of poverty, environment and access to basic needs on a person's prospects. Can we really be blamed for the intergenerational poverty that areas such as ours have endured? I believe we cannot. Of course, I accept that there is both a personal and collective responsibility, but personal control over situations is often limited. There is a lot of work to do in putting social class on the political agenda. Social class is killing people in my community, and it's time we addressed it with the importance and the urgency that it requires. How can society address social class? This is the question I ask myself daily, and I think you should too. What do you mean when you think of a Republic of Opportunity, and how do you measure that? Governments often distance themselves from acknowledging class as a problem within society. As our Taoiseach, I'm asking you not to. Be part of the solution and not a player in the reinforcing of a class system, and maybe look to equity, not equality. Another area of inequality is equality for women, and I want to finish by thanking you for your recent comments and commitments to the recommendations of the 8th Committee. I was very proud on Monday night to listen to you as the head of our government, and I want to feel that pride by feeling like communities like mine are also represented by you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank senators who spoke about the Republic of Opportunity. I actually forgot to in my speech, in case you didn't notice. I haven't forgotten about it, though. It will continue to come up from time to time. But I'm glad that you that you did speak about it. Now, I do hear sometimes people often talking about the many problems that our country faces, the many genuine difficulties that individuals and families face, and they say, you know, Taoiseach Varadkar, is this your Republic of Opportunity? But I think that misunderstands what I've said. I've never said that Ireland is a Republic of Opportunity. I've said that what we want to build is a Republic of Opportunity. So it's about a vision for the future. It's not about celebrating everything as it is now, because everything is not worthy of celebration at the moment in our country. But it doesn't mean equality of outcome. I'll be straight with you about that. To me, equality of outcome, if we really mean it, is that the outcome for everyone is the same. That's what equality of outcome is. The outcome is the same for everyone, if I understand it correctly. And that means everyone is the same, everyone earns the same, there's no reward, there's no personal responsibility, there's no ambition. And to me, that's a levelling downwards. It's equality downwards. And that's not the type of equality that I believe in. And there have been attempts to do that. The Soviet Union, Cambodia, to a certain extent Venezuela more recently. And I don't think that's a good way to order society. And I don't think that's a good way to respect and empower individuals. If equality of outcome means something different than the outcome being the same for everyone, then perhaps I misunderstand it, but that is how I understand it.